Imagine you're at a family gathering, sitting around the dinner table, when your uncle casually mentions, "Lately I've been waking up 5 or 6 times a night to pee." He chuckles, assuming it's just part of getting older. A year later, he's in a doctor's office, being told that his prostate cancer has already spread. This isn't a made-up story, it's the reality for thousands of men. Prostate cancer rarely announces itself loudly. Instead, it sneaks up quietly, disguising itself as common, everyday annoyances. According to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 8 men will face a prostate cancer diagnosis. That means statistically, someone you know is at risk right now. And here's the harsh reality. 300,000 men in the US were diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2024 alone. More than 30,000 of them lost their lives. But here's the good news. Prostate cancer is highly treatable if caught early. The key is knowing what to look for and not ignoring the signs. Let's talk about 10 warning signs that could save your life. Sign number 1, painful ejaculation. Sex is supposed to be one of life's greatest pleasures, not a source of pain. If you ever experience a sharp sting, a deep ache, or an uncomfortable throbbing sensation during ejaculation, this is not something to overlook. Pain during this moment isn't just unusual, it could be a warning sign that something deeper is going on. If this happens more than once, don't brush it off. It's your body's way of telling you something's wrong. A quick visit to a doctor for a prostate checkup could save you from serious complications down the line. Ignoring it might only make things worse, so taking action early is always the best move. Sign number 2, frequent nighttime urination, Nocturia. Ever feel like your bladder is playing tricks on you, refusing to let you rest? You finally settle in for the night, exhausted after a long day. The moment you start sinking into deep sleep, boom, you wake up with the urgent need to pee. You shuffle to the bathroom, handle business, and crawl back into bed, hoping for some peace. But just when you start dozing off, there it is again. Another urgent trip to the bathroom, then another, and another. At first, you blame it on drinking too much tea or water before bed. Maybe it's just bad luck. But soon, you notice a pattern. You're waking up 4, 5, even 6 times every single night. And the worst part, sometimes there's barely any urine at all. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a serious warning sign. A growing tumor in the prostate can put pressure on the bladder, tricking your body into thinking it needs to urinate constantly. Even when your bladder is nearly empty, the pressure creates a false sense of urgency that forces you out of bed, disrupting your sleep over and over again. Don't just ignore it. If you're waking up more than twice a night to use the bathroom, track it. Keep a bladder diary for a week, noting how often it happens. If the pattern continues, it's a clear sign that you need to see a doctor for further evaluation. Sign number 3, blood in your urine, Hematuria. Imagine this. You finish using the bathroom, glance down, and your heart skips a beat. Instead of the usual pale yellow, you notice a faint pink tint swirling in the water. Maybe it's just a little discoloration, barely noticeable, or maybe it's a deep red streak, impossible to ignore. Either way, your stomach drops. That can't be good, you think. But then the doubts creep in. Maybe it's dehydration. Maybe it's something you ate. Maybe it'll go away on its own. This is called hematuria, and while it can have multiple causes, kidney stones, infections, or even certain medications, one of the most serious culprits is prostate cancer. When a tumor grows and starts interfering with surrounding tissues, it can damage small blood vessels, allowing blood to seep into your urine. The scary part? Sometimes the blood is microscopic, meaning you won't even see it with the naked eye. A man in his late 50s noticed his urine had a pinkish tint now and then. He shrugged it off, assuming it was due to dehydration or something minor. A year later, he was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. By the time he sought help, it was too late for early treatment options. Don't make the same mistake. If you ever notice even the slightest discoloration in your urine, don't ignore it. A quick visit to your doctor and a simple urine test could be the difference between catching cancer early or catching it too late. Sign number 4, persistent back, hip, or leg pain. Back pain. Almost everyone experiences it at some point. You sit too long, lift something the wrong way, or maybe it's just part of getting older. That's what most people think. But what if the pain doesn't go away? What if no matter how much you stretch, rest, or take painkillers, it lingers, deep, dull, and relentless? Here's something many don't realize. Prostate cancer can spread beyond the prostate, often targeting the bones, especially the spine, hips, and legs. When cancer reaches the bones, it doesn't just cause discomfort, it creates a persistent, gnawing pain that slowly intensifies over time. If your pain is deep, persistent, and dull, not just muscle soreness not linked to an injury, no recent falls or strains getting worse, not better, despite rest or pain relief, this could be more than just aging or bad posture. Unlike typical muscle aches, which improve with movement or stretching, cancer-related bone pain tends to worsen over time and often doesn't respond to normal treatments. Some men describe it as a constant aching pressure, while others feel occasional sharp pangs that become more frequent. If you have ongoing pain in your lower back, hips, or legs that won't go away and has no clear cause, don't ignore it. Sign number 5, unexplained weight loss. Imagine stepping on the scale and seeing a number 10, 15, maybe even 20 pounds lower than usual, without changing your diet, without hitting the gym, them without doing anything differently. At first, it feels like a pleasant surprise. Wow, I'm losing weight effortlessly. But then reality sets in. This isn't just weight loss, it's your body losing energy, burning through muscle and breaking down from the inside. Cancer has a way of hijacking your system, stealing nutrients meant to keep you strong and using them to fuel its own growth. As prostate cancer progresses, it can disrupt metabolism, weaken muscles, and suppress appetite, leading to rapid and unintentional weight loss. It's not just the number on the scale that changes. You may notice a sudden loss of appetite. Foods you once enjoyed no longer seem appealing. Unusual fatigue. You feel drained, even after a full night's sleep. Muscle wasting. Your arms and legs look thinner, weaker. Weight loss should never be a mystery. If you're dropping pounds without trying, and especially if it's happening fast, don't brush it off. Get checked. When weight disappears for no reason, it's time to start asking questions. Sign number 6, rectal pain or changes in bowel habits. Prostate cancer isn't just about urination. It can affect your rectum too. Many men don't associate bowel problems with prostate cancer, but as the tumor grows, it can press against the rectum, leading to uncomfortable and even painful changes in digestion. Some of the most overlooked warning signs include persistent rectal pain, a deep ache or pressure in the lower pelvis, a constant feeling of needing to go, even when there's little or no stool, unusual constipation or diarrhea, a disruption in your normal bowel habits. At first, you might assume it's something minor, hemorrhoids, a bad meal, or stress. But when these symptoms stick around and don't improve, it could be something more serious. If you're experiencing ongoing rectal pain or unexplained bowel changes, don't wait. Ask your doctor for a digital rectal exam, DRE. It's a quick, simple test that can help detect prostate abnormalities early. Sign number 7, pain while sitting. Ever find yourself shifting uncomfortably in your chair, unable to sit still for long? Maybe you adjust your position, stand up, or lean to one side just to relieve the pressure. At first, it seems like a minor annoyance. Maybe you sat too long, maybe it's just a stiff muscle. But over time, the discomfort turns into persistent pain, especially when sitting on hard surfaces. Here's what could be happening. As the prostate enlarges, it can put pressure on the surrounding nerves and tissues, making it uncomfortable or even painful to sit down for extended periods. This type of pain often feels deep in the pelvic area, like an internal soreness or dull ache radiating to the lower back, causing stiffness or discomfort, relieved by standing or shifting positions, only to return when you sit again. This isn't just normal discomfort, it could be a warning sign. Many men dismiss it as muscle tension or an unrelated issue, but if the pain keeps getting worse or refuses to go away, it's time to take it seriously. If sitting down has become uncomfortable, painful, or progressively worse, don't ignore it. Sign number 8, trouble starting or stopping urination. You stand at the toilet ready to go, but nothing happens. Or maybe the stream starts, then suddenly stops, then starts again. It's unpredictable, frustrating, and leaves you standing there longer than you should. At first, you might think it's just stress, aging, or not drinking enough water. But when this happens frequently, it's often a sign of a deeper issue. Your prostate may be blocking urine flow. As prostate cancer grows, it can compress the urethra, making it harder for urine to pass freely. This leads to a weak or interrupted stream, starting and stopping unexpectedly, straining to urinate, feeling like you have to push harder, a constant feeling of not fully emptying your bladder. If this is happening regularly, don't just brush it off. A simple visit to a urologist and a PSA test could help detect prostate cancer early while it's still treatable. Sign number 9, loss of bladder control, urinary incontinence. Ever had a moment where you laughed, coughed, or sneezed and felt a small leak? Or maybe you've had to rush to the bathroom, barely making it in time. At first, you might chalk it up to getting older or just drinking too much water. But when these accidents become frequent, it could be a red flag that something more serious is happening. A weak or overactive bladder is common in men with prostate cancer, especially as the tumor presses against the bladder or nerves that control urination. This pressure can lead to leaking urine during everyday activities like laughing or sneezing, sudden, intense urges that are hard to control, difficulty holding it in, even when the bladder isn't full. If bladder control is becoming a daily struggle, don't assume it's just a part of aging. Frequent accidents and urgency can be signs of prostate enlargement or even cancer. A simple checkup can help you get answers and peace of mind. Sign number 10, painful or burning urination. Picture this. It's the middle of the night. You wake up groggy, shuffle your way to the bathroom, and just as you start to relieve yourself, a sudden searing pain shoots through your lower abdomen. It's not just discomfort, it's an intense burning sensation that makes you wince. At first you brush it off. Maybe I'm just dehydrated, you tell yourself. More water should fix it, right? But then the next day it happens again, and the day after that. And now, every single time you use the bathroom, that painful sting refuses to go away. So, what's going on? Here's the hidden danger many men overlook. As prostate cancer develops, it can grow in size and begin pressing against the urethra, the small tube that carries urine out of your body. This pressure can restrict urine flow, cause inflammation, and create irritation that feels a lot like a urinary tract infection, UTI. The problem? Many men assume it's something minor, just an infection that'll go away on its own. They try home remedies, drink more fluids, or even take antibiotics. But if the burning sensation persists despite treatment, that's a red flag that something deeper is going on. If you're experiencing painful urination that doesn't improve, or it keeps coming back, don't ignore it. Ask your doctor for a PSA test, prostate-specific antigen test, a quick and simple blood test that can help detect prostate cancer early when it's most treatable. Prostate cancer is one of the most treatable cancers, but only if you catch it early. If you've noticed any of these warning signs, don't wait. A simple PSA test is quick, easy, and could literally save your life. And also, if you found this video helpful, tap that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. You never know, you might just help save a life.